Scorpio, there's a truth bleeding inside you right now, and you know it. You can feel it pulsing through your veins, tearing at the fabric of the lies you've told yourself for years. This weekend, that truth will explode in your face, and it will hurt in ways you can't even imagine. I'm not here to console you or soften what's coming. I'm here to prepare you to face what you've avoided looking in the eye for so long. You always knew this moment would come. You always felt that one day you would have to face the raw reality, without filters, without excuses, with no one to blame but yourself. And that day is now, this weekend. There will be nowhere to run, no pretending it's not happening, no shifting responsibility to others. It will be just you and the raw truth about who you've truly become. The pain that's coming isn't a punishment, it's a birth. It's the painful but necessary process of giving birth to the version of you that's been stifled beneath layers of self-protection, fear, and denial. For years, you've built walls around your heart, not to protect others from you, but to protect yourself from your own intensity. And those walls are about to crumble, revealing not only your vulnerability, but your devastating power of transformation. Are you ready to feel everything you've been numbing inside? Scorpio, look deep into my eyes, even if it's through this screen. Feel the power of my words piercing through space and reaching your soul. Tell me, when was the last time you truly cried? I'm not talking about the hurried kind, the kind of crying out of momentary anger or fleeting frustration. I'm talking about that deep cry, the kind that springs from the deepest shadows of your heart, carrying years, perhaps decades, of pent-up pain. The kind of crying that, when it comes, dismantles everything inside, but at the same time makes room for something new and powerful to emerge. If you can't remember, it's because, somehow, you've been living only on the surface of your own life. You've been pretending that everything is under control, that your wounds have healed, that nothing can shake you anymore. But deep down, Scorpio, you know, there's a weight, a hurt, a silence that screams for release. And this weekend won't be like any other. The universe is about to plunge you into the deepest waters of your own soul. It will pull you to places you've tried to avoid, to memories you've hidden even from yourself. But it's not to destroy you, it's to rebuild you. You will be called to face what you fear most, and in this struggle, you will discover a strength you never imagined you had. You will realize that your tears are not weakness. They are healing, liberation, and rebirth. So when the wave comes, don't fight it. Dive in, cry, feel. Let each tear wash away what no longer serves you and make room for the new. Because after this dive, Scorpio, you will never be the same. You will be stronger, lighter, and freer than ever. The truth that's about to hit you isn't about external events or other people. It's about you, about the masks you wear, the games you play, the ways you've sabotaged your own happiness out of fear of being truly seen and known. It's about how you turn love into control, vulnerability into manipulation, fear into anger. It's about how you hide behind your intensity so you don't have to admit that deep down you are deeply human and frighteningly fragile. You'll discover this weekend that much of what you considered strength was just heavy armor you wore to hide your deepest wounds. You'll realize that your famous intuition, which you pride yourself on, was often just disguised paranoia. You'll understand that your ability to see through others was used as a weapon to maintain distance, to never have to truly expose yourself, and this revelation will tear you apart. Literally, you'll feel as if you're dying internally, and in a way, you will be. The false version of yourself you've built up over the years needs to die so that your true essence can emerge. Do you have the courage to die to be reborn? Or will you continue living as a ghost of yourself? For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, the pain will come through a revelation about how you've been using your sexuality and magnetism as tools of power rather than genuine expressions of intimacy. You'll have to confront the reality that you've been performing passion instead of truly feeling it. For those born between November 3rd and 12th, the blow will be about how you've been sabotaging important relationships for fear of being abandoned first. You'll realize you're alone, not because the world is cruel, but because you've pushed away anyone who genuinely tried to get close. And for those born between November 13th and 22nd, the truth will be about how you've wasted your extraordinary talents and intuitions on petty, vindictive schemes, instead of using those gifts to create something meaningful in the world. What all Scorpios will face is the brutal confrontation with the reality that they have been living far below their true potential. Not for lack of ability, not for lack of opportunities, but for fear of shining fully. For fear of being so powerful that those around them feel inadequate. For fear of being so authentic that they can no longer pretend to be like everyone else. For fear of being so transformed that they have to leave behind everything they know about themselves. This weekend, you'll feel like you're being torn apart from the inside out, as if every lie you've told yourself is being ripped out of your gut with pliers. As if every defense mechanism you've built is being demolished with a sledgehammer. And there will be no anesthesia for this soul surgery. You'll have to feel every cut, every stitch, every moment of reconstruction, because that's the only way to ensure the healing is real and permanent. The pain will begin as an uneasiness on Saturday morning, a feeling that something isn't right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Throughout the day, this feeling will grow until it becomes a physical anguish in your chest, a pressure that feels like it's about to explode your ribs from the inside out. On Sunday, the revelation will hit you like an emotional tsunami. It will be impossible to ignore, impossible to rationalize, impossible to minimize. And when it happens, you'll understand why everything in your life had to fall apart to get to this point. Scorpio, the hardest thing you'll have to accept this weekend is that you're not a victim of your life's circumstances. You're their creator. Every betrayal you've suffered, you somehow attracted through your own patterns of distrust. Every abandonment you've experienced, you provoked through your fear of true intimacy. Every disappointment you've experienced, you allowed because it was easier than taking full responsibility for your life. This realization will hurt more than anything anyone has ever done to you, because it means you have to stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as the protagonist with full power to change your reality. But here's what you need to understand. This pain isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's ground zero of your true life. Everything you've experienced so far has been merely preparation for this brutal and necessary moment of awakening. Every wound you carry, every trauma you've suffered, every disappointment you've experienced has prepared you for the strength to face this devastating truth and survive it. Other signs would break under the weight of this revelation, but you are Scorpio. You were made to die and be reborn as many times as necessary. The transformation that will happen to you this weekend won't be pretty or comfortable. It will be raw, visceral, and bloody. Like a labor that lasts hours, with contractions that seem to tear you apart, but ultimately result in new life. You'll need all your Scorpio courage not to shy away from the process when it intensifies. You'll need to remember that you can endure intensities that would kill others, that you can look into the depths of hell and not only survive, but emerge stronger and wiser. During the process, you may feel the urge to call someone, to seek comfort, to find a way to escape the intensity of what you're feeling. Don't do it. This is a surgery that must be performed in solitude. It's a scheduled meeting between you and your soul that cannot be interfered with externally. Any attempt to lessen the pain, to seek distraction, to mitigate the process will only prolong the suffering and diminish the transformation. You need to fully immerse yourself in the experience, no matter how frightening it may be. The most terrifying part will be when you realize you no longer know who you are after all your defenses are removed. You'll feel naked, exposed, as if you've completely lost your identity. This is normal. It's part of the process. The old identity must die completely before the new can be born. and in the space between death and rebirth, you will experience the deepest emptiness of your life. Don't fight this emptiness, embrace it. It's in emptiness that miracles happen. It's in emptiness that your true essence can finally manifest unhindered. Scorpio, you have a unique ability in the zodiac to turn poison into medicine. All the suffering you've experienced in life, all the darkness you've explored, all the intensity you've endured, all of this has given you a wisdom about the human condition that few possess. And now the time has come to use this wisdom not to protect yourself or seek revenge, but to heal completely and help others do the same. The revelation coming this weekend will show you that you've been wasting your extraordinary gifts. Your ability to see through people, to sense the undercurrents of reality, to perceive truths others can't see. All of this has been used in small, defensive ways. But when you undergo this transformation, you'll discover how to use these gifts expansively and healingly. You'll become an alchemist of the human soul, capable of transforming lead into gold, pain into wisdom, darkness into light. The process will teach you that true strength isn't the ability to hurt others or protect yourself from harm. True strength is the ability to remain open and vulnerable even after being deeply hurt. It's the ability to love completely even knowing you might be betrayed. It's the ability to trust again even after being deceived. It's the ability to surrender fully to life even knowing it can destroy you at any moment. This weekend, you'll discover that you've been living with only a fraction of your true power, that you've been operating in survival mode when you could be operating in creation mode, that you've been reacting to life when you could be consciously creating your reality. And this discovery will be simultaneously the most painful and most liberating thing you've ever experienced. The pain will be intense because you'll realize how much time you wasted, how many opportunities you missed, how much love you rejected out of fear. You'll feel the weight of all the years you spent hiding from your own magnificence. You'll cry not only for the wounds you carry, but for the potential you let die within you. And these tears will be the bitterest you've ever shed because they will be tears of genuine regret. But the liberation will be proportional to the pain. When you finally fully accept who you've been and decide to become who you truly can be, you'll feel a freedom you never imagined possible. You'll feel as if the invisible shackles you've carried for decades have finally been removed. You'll experience a lightness that contrasts dramatically with the weight you've carried for so long. And then the most beautiful phase of your transformation will begin, reconstruction. With the false foundations finally removed, you can build a life on solid foundations of truth, authenticity, and real purpose. Every choice you make from now on will be based on who you truly are, not who you think you should be or who others want you to be. The people around you will notice the change immediately. They won't be able to pinpoint exactly what's different, but they'll sense that you've become more real, more present, more powerful. Some will be drawn to this new authenticity. Others will feel uncomfortable because your transformation will mirror to them everything they're afraid to face within themselves. Don't worry about others' reactions. Your responsibility now is only one: to fully honor the process you are going through and emerge on the other side as your most powerful and authentic self. The world needs fully awakened Scorpios, capable of delving into the depths of human experience and returning with treasures of wisdom and healing. The world needs people capable of facing darkness without being corrupted by it, capable of transforming poison into medicine, capable of showing others that it is possible to die to limited standards and be reborn into infinite possibilities. This weekend, when the pain is at its peak, remember, you are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not being destroyed. You are being refined. You are not losing yourself. You are finally finding yourself. The person you have been until now was just the cocoon. What is emerging is the butterfly, and butterflies cannot fly carrying caterpillar shells. Scorpio, you'll need courage in the coming days. Courage to feel without numbing. Courage to look without looking away. Courage to accept without resisting. Courage to die without fighting. Courage to be reborn without fear. You have this courage within you. You always have. It was built through every pain you've faced, every betrayal you've survived, every disappointment you've overcome. Now, it's time to use all that courage at once. When this is all over, and it will be, you'll look back and realize that this was the most important weekend of your life. Not because it was easy or comfortable, but because it was real, because it was transformative, because it was the moment you finally stopped pretending and started living. Because it was when you stopped being a survivor and became a conscious creator of your own reality. The universe chose you for this experience because it knows you can endure it, because it knows you have the strength not only to survive the transformation, but to emerge from it more powerful than ever, because it knows you won't waste the gifts this experience will give you, that you will use your new wisdom to light the way for others lost in the darkness. Be strong, Scorpio. Not because the pain isn't real, it is very real. Be strong because you are stronger than any pain. Be strong because on the other side of this experience awaits you a life you can't even imagine yet. Be strong because your soul chose this difficult path to give you access to powers and possibilities that can only be achieved through complete transformation. And when it's all over, when you emerge from the ashes of your old life like the phoenix you were always destined to be, you'll look back on this weekend not as the moment you nearly destroyed yourself, but as the moment you finally created yourself, as the moment you stopped surviving and started living, as the moment your true life finally began. If this message reached you, it's no coincidence. It's because your soul is ready for this transformation, even if your mind is terrified. Share in the comments if you're already feeling the first signs of this process beginning. Your courage in sharing may inspire other Scorpios to embrace their own transformations. Subscribe to the channel now, because after this weekend, you'll need guidance on how to integrate your new reality, how to use your new powers responsibly, and how to build a life on the new foundations you'll be establishing. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any guidance that can support you in the next steps of your transformation. Remember, it will hurt, but it will happen. Not because you don't have a choice, you always do, but because deep down, you know this is what needs to happen. You know it's time to stop running from yourself and finally find yourself. You know you're ready to die to everything small and limited within you and be born into everything infinite and powerful. Be strong because your true life is beginning now.